Take a moment and picture the countryside. Wide open fields, wooden fences, a quiet road, and almost always a red barn. Not blue, not white, not green. Red. But why? Was it tradition? A law? A design choice? Or is there something much more practical hiding behind this familiar color? Today, we're uncovering the surprisingly scientific, historical, and very human reason why barns became red and why that choice lasted for centuries. Let's start with an important truth. Barns weren't originally red by design. Early barns in Europe and North America were often left unpainted. Farmers used local wood, oak, pine, or chestnut, and focused on function, not appearance. Paint was expensive, time was limited, food production mattered more than looks. But unpainted wood had a problem. It rotted quickly. Rain, sun, and insects and fungi slowly destroyed the structures farmers depended on. If paint could protect the wood, and if that paint was affordable, it suddenly became essential. That's where the color red enters the story. In the 18th and 19th centuries, commercial paint wasn't easily available in rural areas, so farmers made their own. And one ingredient was everywhere: iron oxide. Iron oxide, also known as rust, was cheap, abundant, and easy to extract from soil. When mixed with linseed oil, milk, or lime, it created a durable paint that repelled moisture, slowed wood decay, was non-toxic to animals, and lasted for years. The result? A deep, earthy red pigment. It wasn't chosen because it looked nice, it was chosen because it worked. Red barns were born out of practicality, not fashion. This homemade red paint did more than add color. Iron oxide actually protected the wood. It slowed the growth of mold and fungi. It reduced insect damage, and it reflected enough sunlight to prevent excessive heat buildup without glaring brightness. In other words, red paint made barns stronger, longer lasting, cheaper to maintain. When farmers saw that red-painted barns survived longer than untreated ones, the choice became obvious. Red wasn't tradition yet, it was proof. As railroads expanded and manufactured paints became available, something interesting happened. Red was still the cheapest option. Iron oxide pigments were mass-produced, making red paint far more affordable than blues, greens, or whites, which required rarer minerals. So when farmers finally bought paint instead of making it, they kept choosing red. Over time, this created a visual pattern. Red barns filled the countryside. New barns copied old ones, and eventually, red stopped being practical. It became traditional. There's one more reason red barns stayed red. Red is highly visible against snow, green fields, and gray skies. This made barns easier to spot from a distance, important for travelers, workers, and deliveries. And slowly, red barns became a symbol. They represented agriculture, stability, rural life, and hard work. Even today, when modern paints exist in every color imaginable, people still choose red because it feels right. So the next time you see a red barn, remember it's not just paint, it's chemistry, it's economics, it's centuries of problem solving. A simple color that protected wood, saved money, and quietly shaped the look of the countryside. That's the story behind something we see every day and rarely question. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden history of everyday things, like the video, share it, and subscribe to Simple Things, Surprising Histories. Because the most ordinary things often have the most surprising pasts.